doing? You finally won for once. I had no idea you had such an odd taste for these punishment games that you'd go so far as to volunteer yourself for one. You damn masochistic idiot. Yes, sir. It's a little much for a hobby, eh? I swear, I think you're underestimating this one. We're one thing, but grave harm might actually befall you, Keiichi-san. I hope you're ready to have one or two ribs broken. I suppose it makes sense. It's like, sure, she's a curry maniac, but she wouldn't be so harsh to Satoko or Rika. Keiichi, on the other hand, I think it's fair game for her. Just like red glowing eyes of doom, and just like bam, 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 bam. That sounds like it would hurt. I don't like getting hurt, but it seems to happen a lot to you, Keiichi, in these games. He said, you just stand there and nod along, okay? Rick and I will smooth it over. I swear, I can't believe I have to look after you even during a punishment game. Seriously. I already knew that her pouty behavior was a sign that she was actually in a really good mood. So it made me want to smile. Hey, I do want to eat some vegetable stir fry. Satoko, can you make that? What? Yeah, well, there's nothing I can't do if I put my mind to it. She can make it very well. I really like Satoko stir fry. She was uneasy at first, but once she got assurance from Rika-chan, she turned back and looked at me with once more confident eyes. It's settled then. Let's go shopping for stuff after school today. I don't really have any idea what to buy after all. It's true, isn't it? I think it's still too early for you to go shopping at a supermarket cake stand. It would make me anxious if I wasn't watching. Satoko makes me anxious that she'll buy the wrong thing if I'm not watching. Rika! Meep. Meep! The conversation continued as we walked until we arrived before the door to the teacher's lounge. Okay, let's get this punishment game over with and discuss the menu for tonight. The menu tonight is hospital food, Keiichi. Rika-chan gleefully grabbed onto my arm. I give her a bit of a monotone voice, really, don't I? But it should have a bit more life to it. But I don't know how to do that without making her sound more like, say, like Renna, for example. Because, like, one time or another, it's happened, isn't it? Well, voice acting, but they just end up sounding the same. It's like with Miona and Shion, for example. I give them a similar voice, but Shion's voice has a subtle difference. The way I voice it. It definitely feels it. Like it. I don't know how to describe it. It's like your vocal cords. It's something like just feels like a slight alter in pitch whenever I read like a Shion line compared to a Mion line. I don't know how to describe it. I'm not sure if it even really comes across as like sounding any different audibly or not, but whatever. Rika-chan gleefully grabbed into my arm, and in turn I pulled Satoko to me, grabbing her shoulder with my other hand. We're off to see the curry maniac, we're gonna go... No, I couldn't think of a way to get out of the book. But yeah, imagine him just skipping down the corridor, and then bad-mouthing curry, and getting their asses handed to them. We'll all be together in death. I won't let anyone die alone. We're all together. Won't let anybody die alone. What an indiscreet thing to say. I want no part of something so disturbing. She may have sounded annoyed, but she was so happy it was gonna make me blush. In capital letters. Alright, just beyond this door is the world after death. The final boss. However, we shall return. All of us will. Dramatically. Yes, everyone will. And let us sally forth. Slam! We opened the doorway to the world of death. And like she did every day, just as the sun rose in the eastern sky, she since he was eating curry for lunch. As I've said before, there's a manga, I think it's also a visual novel as well. I think it had an anime adaptation that was, I think, kind of poorly received for the most part or something, I don't know. Tsuki Hime or something like that, I think it's called. essentially the character is based around that. I don't know if the character had like an obsession with curry, but they look identical and have the same name. I've read the manga version of it, so I know the character a bit, but I can't remember at the same time because that was years ago. But I've read it, so I kind of know, who it's referencing. It's kind of a weird way to base a character around, isn't it? It was store-bought, but she made a point of eating a different brand every day. Oh, there she is! She finally appears! Her debut appearance on screen! This is the teacher! It's so surreal. I mean, she was in Onikakushi and Tatarigoroshi, but anytime she'd have a line, we'd never see her. But now, she finally makes an on-screen appearance. Before even Keiichi gets his own one, but it makes sense with Keiichi, because when it comes to protagonists, they usually don't appear on screen, do they? This is a CG, but this doesn't have CGs. But in the answer arcs, the protagonist role gets switched around a bit, so we'll actually be able to see Keiichi in those ones. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Oh my, Barakun, Fuere-san and Hojo-san. There's something the matter. She appeared to be in the middle of a moment of supreme bliss, a mouthful of her beloved curry. And we were to pick a fight with her. What a crime this punishment game would be. However, it was what we had to do. For that was the rule of our club. How will they word it, or will it get off screens? The three of us held each other's shoulders tightly once more. Alright, let's do this. Ready? What do you mean, ready? Keiichi-san, you're gonna stay quiet. Rika and I will handle everything. You trust your life to me for now. Go for it, yay! What are you all doing? Oh, wait. What are you all doing? If she doesn't get to appear on screen for the question. We could see 2 or 3 question marks popping up above the teacher's head. Alright, Satoko. This is the only time I'll trust you in my life. You know what? I can see that backfiring on him, because I'll be shutting my eyes tightly and only thinking about what we'll be having for dinner. I'm leaving it to you. Satoko inhaled deeply, and so... Hey, you over there, you curry... censored? What'd she say? We'll never know! Higurashi when they cry! For some reason, because it was censored, I immediately translated in my mind, hey, you curry fucker! Just there is no way you could say that in Japanese. Well, I don't think there'd be equivalent to that, and it wouldn't make sense for Satoko saying that. So they probably called it, or something like, you curry obsessed weirdo or some shit, I don't know. Just something that's insulting, but not, a swear of any sort. Japanese language doesn't seem to have many, if any, of those. In the end, my selfish request was readily granted. As Satoko muttered complaints under her breath, quite merrily, she came with me to the store. Rika-chan didn't come with us. She said she had a thing she wanted to do, or something. I believed her when she told me, but when I really thought about it, I started to think maybe she was being considerate towards Satoko in her own way. Rika-chan here, Satoko was prouder and more loquacious than ever. God damn, you Losaurus-loving bastards. I imagine that's confident, I guess. But I must confirm. I mean, that's how most authors, I imagine, view their work. There's no, we can't use simple, straightforward words. No, we have to throw in some curveballs here and there, And that's all well and good, but sometimes I feel some authors overdo that. One, I've said, I read a few of H.P. Lovecraft's a while back. And he just uses so many odd words. It's just why do you do this, man? It's just an incredibly long description using Allosaurus, really. Just like describing the horrors of this eldritch abomination, this archaic creature from something I don't know. He just uses strange words. But anyways, where's the word I'm looking for? Okay, here it is. Talkative. Voluble, wordy, noisy, speaking, talking, babbling, blabbing, and tattling, telltale. So it's just being talkative then. Prouder and more talkative than ever. I know that one, you know, but loquacious? No. It's just like, I've got scribble knots on my DS, and I've recently got charged for it and started playing it a while back briefly. And you know what, using the source, I wonder how many freaking adjectives and shit I can put into that. I remember that, like, there's one achievement you gotta, like, put on a shit ton of adjectives, and I just put on, like, a bunch of weird adjectives, and I can't remember what I made out of it. I'm really curious as to what it was. It was, like, it turned out really weird looking, but I can't remember what the hell I worded it as. It was an inanimate object that was sentient, and I think it had wings. I just can't remember. I used a lot of adjectives because that was what the intention was, but it was random.
You understand? Supermarkets will put things on sale when it gets near closing time. For example, you can't have a stir fry without some pork, and if we wait a little longer, it'll be marked half off. They can't sell meat or fish once it's not fresh anymore, so they make it all cheaper in a last-ditch effort to not have anything left over. Of course, every veteran housewife's familiar with this concept, and when we get close to happy hour like we are now.
You know what else is a pain in the ass when it comes to, like, stuff like that is, like, bakery goods, you know, like donuts of various sorts, cakes and all that. You buy stuff like that, and it's pretty much got an expiry date of eat this by the end of the day or it's gone off. It's just like such a pain in the ass, those are. Because if like you buy a few and you don't eat them all in like a couple hours, they'll start to go off pretty quickly. Makes sense, but still, it's pain. Like, for example, like a different example is fruit. Like you got these freshly cut up fruit kind of things that my mother buys me occasionally online, and when they arrive it's like, eat this within a few days or it's gone off. And usually I forget all about them. It's just like, oh, I don't even get informed that they're there, and so by the time I'm aware of them being there, it's just like, oh, it's been gone off for 2 days now. It's weird how fruit works, isn't it? Like you can just put it in a bowl, and it will, like, depending on which fruit it is, it could last for freaking ages. But as soon as you start cutting it up, you gotta eat it. Otherwise it'll go off pretty quickly. The spaghetti is that is. Just like you put all this fruit into a bowl and you watch it rot. That is exactly what happens. You barely eat it at all. It's just kind of a decoration at half time, isn't it? And I wasn't really listening to her, but she was telling me all this quite proudly. Every time I seemed surprised at something or made an affirmative grunt in place of conversation, Satoko would say, "You don't know anything, do you, kid-stan?" and smile very happy in spite of her complaints. She led me by the hand to all sorts of stores, one after the other. You know, honestly, her kind of like knowledge that is like, oh yeah, when it comes to closing time, things become cheaper. I didn't know that, you know. I'd be clueless. In fact, I remember one time going into a shop looking for pasties. I couldn't even see them, even when they were staring me in the face with their non-existent eyes. I was like, I'm not used to shopping, honestly. I was just like, and it's even worse for me when it like comes to products that are like have a brand name but don't like specifically say what it is. That happens a lot. You know, that's another annoying thing. Shampoo and stuff like that, for example. Like whenever I look at a bottle like that and it's one I don't recognize, I'll just be like looking around it. It's like, where does it say whether it's shower gel or shampoo? God damn it, that's all I need to know. But no, it's just like, oh, this is made with all these ingredients, this is the manufacturer, this is blah 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 blah. No name of what it is, just the name of the brand. No shampoo, shower gel on it, nothing. Where the fuck is it? God damn it! Why did they not put that on it? I know, it just bugs me. She was in such a supreme mood that just being with her cheered me up. Merely being pulled into the doctor's space was a lot of fun. Hey, why don't we just go with this economy size pack? Oh, there's a real good looking one with cheese in it over here.
Keiichi-san, you have no financial sense. Look at this. It's over our budget. We don't have enough money.
Satoko pushed a handful of receipts in my face. Why can't Satoko do these kinds of mental calculations when she's at school? Rats. Should we buy a load of the normal ones or buy fewer of the better stuff with the cheese in it? This is quite troubling. You don't know how to budget, Keiichi. Trying to think, do I know how to budget? I don't think I'm very good at it either. But I'm not really the type to spend all my money at the same time, really.
Come now, for boys at your age, it's wiser to choose quantity over quality.
Satoko, you're being too strict. A man's heart desires both quality and quantity. Why can't you understand that? You gotta have everything. You gotta have your cake and eat it and all that. You can't just have your cake and not eat it. You have to have it all. It's a weird expression, that, isn't it? Just like, you can't have your cake and eat it. It's like, what? So you can have your cake, but you can't eat it? It's like, then it's tease. Is that from that? Was it? Oh, I freaking forget what her name was. It was some French royal, I think. Is that where it originated from? I forget what the quote was. I think it's one of those things where it's like, kind of like hazy on it, where it's just like, she might have said this, but she might have not. We don't know, because it happened so long ago, and we don't know if we've got it on record that she said this specific thing that's made her infamous with this saying. I don't know.
No matter the size of a man's heart, his wallet won't be any bigger. I swear. Hey, stop clinging to the glass so stubbornly.
After enjoying ourselves in such an exchange, we started to hear an interruption. I have food. And you know what? It's a pizza. And you know what? My dad cooked it. And I think my mother must have informed him, because I said to her, it's like, he never cuts up the pizza into slices. But he's done that now. It's not even that burnt. In fact, it's not really burnt at all. Okay, maybe around the edges a little bit. My phone in the background, someone is calling and I'm ignoring. You know why? Because if I don't recognize the number, I don't bother. And, you know, those are the only numbers I ever call. I always assume it's either a wrong number or someone that's going to be like, excuse me, can we interest you in this and blah, insurance? No. Yep. Anyways, thought I hear energetic voices coming from over by the butcher we visited earlier. I could see a handful of housewives flooding the place.
Oh no! If we don't hurry, all half of pork will be gone.
They all knew! Ow, ow! Don't pull me! Don't pull on my neck! Satoko really seemed like she was having fun. She looked like a kid who had grabbed her family's hands while running towards an amusement park attraction. In the end, the bag of pork we obtained was so normal that it almost hurt to touch. I knew that it would taste absolutely delicious. The Kit Cutters come out at some point, and the Higurashi were singing in chorus. On Higurashi cicadas. I think they are anyway. It's just the way he's wording it makes it sound like it's two different things. Yeah, the Kakanas and the Higurashi. Are they the same thing or what? I'm gonna Google that at some point. The air was so clear and it felt so good. Our silhouettes stretching out on the ground made one really wonderful picture. We had filled our bicycle baskets to the brim with our shopping bags. They only contained ingredients and varying elephant stuffs. Even so, every last thing packed in them sort of looked really happy, and made me feel really happy indeed. Going shopping for dinner seems pretty sensible too. Makes you really enjoy your meals. I can't wait to eat. I suppose it makes it more meaningful than that, doesn't it?
That's a part of cooking for yourself as well. Dinner starts while you're shopping for it.
I'm so excited for this. Vegetable stir fry isn't even in my mum's cookbook. I never get to eat it unless we go out to a Chinese place, so I'm really looking forward to it today. Well, Keiichi, I have pizza, and I'm looking forward to eating that, alright? So, you're gonna have to wait for your damn stir fry, motherfucker! I shall see you next time, viewers. Yeah. Fuck it. I'll also add that. We'll look at the last batch then, so a moment. It's a double! We've got doubles up here from Onikakushi. Heck, we even got doubles on Watanagashi, actually. Are they from Watanagashi? Yeah. This is a pattern, man. I mean, look at the ones from Go-Go Nippon here. Each one of them's a different one. Look at Dread out here. I haven't played that in ages. Can't get it to run properly anyway on my laptop. And it's a shame, really, because I recently found the freaking connector thingamajig, I don't know what you call it, so I can connect an Xbox controller up to my laptop, and I've also got one for the GameCube controller, so I could, try to play that properly. But anyways, Renner Double Bento Showdown. So, to complete this hat trick here, we'd need a double of Rika for... Actually, that would seem possible, because the fourth question arc is all, it's very Rika-driven one. So maybe we'll get double Rikas on that one. And then we'll have a full of, the main cast, except Keiichi, because, well, maybe the Ansrox have him as a card as well, I'd imagine. Because he appears in wherever. Anyways, see you next time, viewers. See you next time.